president has finally got the State of the Union out there. America has finally heard his words. They understand that the president is going to take America to new heights. Things will be wonderful. Flowers will bloom. Everybody is absolutely thrilled. Please stop me before I go too far. Let's get some truth about this and a whole lot of other matters from today around the dial. Let's land on 630 KHOW Radio, Denver, Colorado. My former home, the former head of FEMA, Michael Brown, joins us. Mike, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Ed. It's snowing. You can come out and ski.
Don't even get me started, my friend. You'll have me on a plane right after the show, believe me. Well, let's put it this way. The president may not have snowed, but he did kind of rain on the Republicans' parade and everybody last night who thought actually maybe, just maybe, he might look for a little reconciliation. Look, Mike, let's stop this right here. Let's be honest. Anybody who is intelligent and knows politics knows full well the president was not going to come out and do that. He was going to be as arrogant as he wants to be. He was going to threaten. That's simply what we expected, right?
Not only did we expect it, but I thought it was even worse than I had expected. I really, I thought after this wave election, do you know he has lost more Democratic House seats and more Democratic senators since the Eisenhower administration? Do you know that there are 900 plus legislative seats across the entire United States that went Republican in that wave election? You would have thought that when he asked for bipartisanship, which we expected him to do after getting his butt beat like that he would have been a little more contrite. But he was truly even more arrogant than I even thought he could be.
Let's discuss something else that has kind of wandered around here in the last couple of hours here, certainly today. We had Mike Huckabee on the show earlier today, the governor of Arkansas, the former governor who may run for president. He doubled down on a statement that he made early today to a radio show where he said states should have the final say on gay marriage regardless of whether the Supreme Court rules that same-sex couples have a constitutional right to marry. Now, we've looked, and it goes back to a decision in 1958, Cooper and Aaron, that says the states are bound by the court's decisions and cannot choose to ignore them. It's a little bit of a mixed message he's sending, and I'm certainly a lot of people are going to ask him about it.
I think it's not only a mixed message, I actually think it's a dangerous message, because if you peel that onion back, and look, I've known Mike since he was governor, and he's a nice guy, he's a good guy, but if you peel that onion back, he's really saying, we don't care what the Supreme Court says, we're going to ignore it. Isn't that the exact problem we have with Obama saying, I'm going to do what I want to do, irrespective of what the Constitution says? I think Mike needs to backtrack that quite a bit.
I think he needs to just, perhaps clarify it a little more might be really what we're saying here, because in many ways he's talking about anarchy when you just go up against the Supreme Court.
He's talking about the 50 states, or as Obama would say, the 57 states. He's talking about those 50 states saying to the U.S. Supreme Court, we don't care what you say. That is just wrong.
All right, about a minute or so left here. Two things. Let's get them in quick. John Boehner has invited Benjamin Netanyahu to come speak before Congress, and the White House is unhappy. Boehner says he did nothing wrong. What do you think?
I don't think he did anything wrong at all. In fact, I would say, finally, it seems that John Boehner is unlike the Patriots. I think his certain body parts are fully inflated by doing that, and I'm glad he did.
Okay, very nice lead, and you can tell that you've now become a real radio guy because you went right into the last segment for the day or in the last discussion. The New England Patriots out here, apparently we're hearing reports that now the NFL says 11 footballs were underinflated from the game against the Indianapolis Colts. All right, let's get down to business here. I don't think inflated or underinflated the Colts would have had a chance to begin with, but if they trace this back to Bill Belichick, he should be fired.
Absolutely, but I think it's even a larger problem. Maybe I'm too attuned to this, but it seems to me it's pervasive throughout our society. Lie, cheat, and steal to do anything, and that's really beginning to bug me.
All right, well, then let's go the next step here. What do you think should happen if indeed the Patriots are found that they did cheat?
Well, look, if the NFL is going to have all of this stuff about, domestic abuse and everything else, they ought to stand tall when it comes to playing by the rules and not cheating. Belichick, the pressure ought to be put on the owner. The owners ought to fire him, and they ought to, at least have some draft picks lost. There ought to be some consequences. Otherwise, we're teaching the child that screams and whines all the time, you still get what you want.
Remember, I heard somebody in NASCAR one time saying it ain't cheating if you don't get caught. So there you go. Here we come right back to American sports all over again. Exactly. Yeah. Mike, enjoy the skiing. KHOW Radio 630 in Denver, Colorado. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you again soon.
Take care, Ed.
All right, take care, Mike. When we come back, a new definition of stupid. That's in telling it like it is.